Okay, so good morning. Our topic will be what? This is a second part ng our topic which is mechanics. So statics and dynamics. I will start with dynamics. Yung statics nyo is already posted. Saan po sir? Nasa GC na natin yan. And then nandun na yung link sa YT. So I have here too many problems for our time. Okay? I think our time will not be suffice or enough para masagutan ko lahat siya. But I will try my best to answer them all with all my understanding and all my my capability. So we'll start with motion, okay? Linear motion, susunod diyan projectile motion, circular motion, lahat motion, dynamics. We're talking about motion, a moving body. A moving body that has mass, that has energy, velocity, speed, displacement. Okay? So, this is tackled to you during topics time. Ano pa yon? Yung mga topics ng physics time, pwede na yun. And then, dynamics, pagkatapos sa statics. Sabay niyong kinukuha yan during your second year. In my time, I took it on my second at third year proper. These are the fundamentals of machine design. So, ang pinagkaiba niya sa statics kasi you are talking about the relative forces or the forces acting on a body that is at rest. So, dito sa dynamics, we are talking about the forces, the displacement, or anything or any quantity that you can measure on a moving body. So, let us start with linear motion. Pagdating ng linear motion, okay, tatlo lang naman ang formula dyan eh. Okay? Sa linear motion. Ito yun. For uniformly accelerated motion, all you have to do, okay, even free fall, okay, parehas lang yan. Ang kinakabisado ko lang po dito, yung word is kinakabisado, okay? Or you have to memorize. Ito lang mga formula na to. Okay? For motion. Ngayon, linear motion, from left to right or up to down. Okay? Ang pinagkaiba lang niyan, kapag up and down, yung acceleration mo dito is due to gravity. Either that is positive or negative. A positive gravity, ibig sabihin you are free falling. A negative gravity, it's simply says that you are rising up. Okay? Negative ang G, positive ang G. So, that is enough for refresher. And meron pa tayo dito, i-summarize natin for your indulgence. So, VF is simply the final velocity or final displacement of the body. Yung VO is the initial velocity. Commonly, that is VI or VO. Pwede na yun. Original or at 0 point. So, tatlo ang fundamental formula na kailangan na natin. Ano to? I-memorize. Pagdating dito, VF minus VO equal to acceleration multiplied to the time. Kapag given ang any 3 dyan sa tatlong yan, sa apat na yan. Next one, VF squared minus VO squared equal to 2 acceleration and then the displacement is S. S in terms of the measure ng length or yung distance na trinavel niya. Next one, meron pa ba? Sir, meron pa yung VF. Okay? Yan o. VF. More simply, ganito na lang. S, the displacement is equal to VO multiplied to time minus or plus. Plus or minus, bakit? Plus yan kapag nag-accelerate, minus kapag nag-decelerate. Okay? A T squared over 2. Okay? Tandaan nyo. Plus kapag, saan yan? Sa free falling naman, unahin natin muna yung linear. Pag linear, that is accelerating. Bumibilis. Plus naman kapag falling. Negative kapag that is what? Decelerating. Tapos, negative kapag paakyat, rising. Kapag free fall pinag-isa ko na lang. So, let us go with the problem. I have here, problem number 1. What is the acceleration of a body that increases in velocity from, okay? From, ibig sabihin, this is your VO, to, this is your VF. 40 meters per second in the time of 3 seconds. O, anong gagamitin mo dito? Simply, meron na tayong binigay na formula dito sa motion. Ito, meron tayong time, meron tayong acceleration, wala. Meron tayong VO, meron tayong VF. Definitely, ito gagamitin natin. Kasi ang hahanapin natin dyan ay yung acceleration of the body. O, lista muna natin yung ating formula. So, VF minus VO equal to acceleration times time. Hinahanap natin si acceleration. So, we have to reform it. Okay? Acceleration. If that is positive, that is accelerating. If that is negative, that is decelerating. So, VF minus VO divided by time. Okay, VF mo is 40 meter in every second minus 20 meter in every second divided by the time given, that is 3 seconds. So, 40 minus 20, that is 20 divided by 3. Tignan natin kung ano magiging result. Okay, continuous ba siya? So, 6.67. Acceleration is 6.67 meter per second squared. Bakit? 0, dalawa. Multiply mo, yung denominator, magiging second squared. How about problem number 2? How far does an automobile, how far? Ang tanong dyan, how far? The keyword is far. Ibig sabihin that is S. Does an automobile move while its speed increases uniformly from 15 kilometers per hour to 3.5 kilometers per hour in 20 seconds? Now, I will give you a tip here. Kapag sinabing kilometers per hour, okay, ang tinatanong kasi dito yung distance niya, okay? So, paano magiging meter per second to? Yung kilometers per hour. Ganito na lang. In order for you to convert yung kilometers per hour to meter per second. Okay? MPS to MPS, meter per second. Ngayon, paano yan? E di yung kilometer per hour mo, i-divide mo ng 3.6. Usually, that is 3,600 seconds. Bakit, sir? Yung km per hour, i-convert mo, di ba? To meter per second. So, kilometer, ilang meter? 1,000 meter in every kilometer. Tapos, yung hour mo ilan? You have, in every hour, you have 3,600 seconds. Ngayon, cancel mo yung dalawang zero. Okay. 36. Cancel mo isang zero. Lagyan mo dito ng isa. So, that is the conversion yun. Okay? Let us do that. Para hindi re-diretso na yung inyong computation. So, anong hinahanap dito? How far does binigay itong si VI or VO, si VF, tapos binigay si time. So, gagamitin nating formula dito, si VF squared minus VO squared equal to 2AS. Ang hinahanap natin si S. So, we reform the equation. So, S is equal to VF squared minus VI squared divided by 2A. Okay, pwede natin masolve. So, S is equal to, yan, taas muna tayo. So, ilan yung binigay? I think that is 45 divide by 3.6. Naka-square to squared minus 15 over 3.6 squared. Anong lalabas na dito? Lagay mo na meter per second. Hanapin mo muna si S. Meter per second. Meter squared, second squared. Ayan. Twice no acceleration. Anong binigay na acceleration dyan? Wala. Tama ba? Yun, wala tayong acceleration. Okay? 2A. Wala pa yan. So, saan natin mahanap yung acceleration? Simply, dito natin hanapin yung acceleration natin. Acceleration of the body is equal to VF minus VO over T. Okay. Dito, yung VF natin, that is 45 divided by 3.6, okay, minus 15 divided by 3.6. Ang lalabas dito is meter in every second. Tapos, divide mo ng ilang seconds yan? 20 seconds. So, maka-cancel yung seconds. Ay, hindi. Magiging meter per second squared. Yan o. Second squared. So, calculate natin muna. Yan. So, that is 45 divided by 3.6. Matik na agad yan ha, pag kilometer per hour. Minus 15 divided by 3.6. Ganyan ginagawa ko nung board exam eh. Kapag kilometer per hour. Sa mathematics yan, binigay yung ganyan. Meron siguro mga 5 nandun. Divide by 20. The answer is 5/12. Okay na yun. 5/12 meter per second squared. Huwag mo nang i-round off to. Bakit? Ipapasok mo pa kasi siya dito eh. Sa A. Okay? So, i-store mo na lang yung value niya. Dito sa A. Okay, yan. As acceleration. So, taas mo na. 45 divided by 3.6. I-square natin yung value. Minus 15 divided by 3.6 squared. Okay na yan. Tapos, divide mo ng 2. Recall mo yung value ni A. What will be the answer? That is 167 kilometers. Ay, kilometers tuloy. Meters. So, S will be equal to 167 meters. Okay, ito yung sagot dun sa choices. Kaya lang, ang exact value niya is equal to 166.67 meters. Okay. Yung pinakamalapit na value. So, that is problem number 2. Problem number 3. Ito, medyo challenging. Kailangan marunong ka mag-visualize. Okay. So, a train passing point A at a speed of 72 kilometers per hour accelerates at 0.75 meter per second squared. Okay? Meter per second squared. Per second squared. For 1 minute along a straight path, then decelerates. So, bumagal siya after some time. How far? So, ito negative. How far in kilometers from point A will it be in 2 minutes after passing point A? So, sinabi niya yun, okay? After 2 minutes. Ano yung mga considerations mo dyan? Medyo magulo ba para sa'yo? Well, actually, himay-himay natin. Okay. Unang point, sa point A, mag-set ka dito ng point A. Okay? Sa point A daw, the speed, okay, na-measure niya dito. Daw yung speed niya. Accelerates. So, nag-accelerate pa yan ng 0.75 meters per second squared for 1 minute along a straight path. Yun yung acceleration niya dito. Hanggang dito sa point na to. Okay? Yan, nag-accelerate siya dyan. Sa point na yan. Now, after that point, siguro may nakita siyang terminal kaya bumagal na siya. Ang rate ng deceleration niya after that is negative 1 meter per second squared. Bakit? It decelerates. So, mababawasan yung kanyang speed by 1 meter per second squared. The question there is, how far from point A in kilometers will it be 2 minutes after passing point A? Ganito. So, una, may mamimeasure ka ditong S1. And then after that, mamimeasure mong S2. Dito sa S1 na to, may kailangan ka i-determine, okay? What will be yung velocity niya dito? Okay? Yun muna alamin natin. But, pwede na nating masolve dito pa lang si S1. So, how many or how far does it travel from point A to the point of deceleration? So, measure natin si S1 is equal to VO multiplied mo ng time, binigay naman niya 1 minute. Okay? E 1 minute is ilan? 60 seconds. Very basic. Straight path yan ha, hindi naman free fall. Plus Plus kasi, accelerates pa yung ano niya eh. Accelerates pa. So, A1. Tapos yung time that is given there. Ano yung time given there? 1 minute. This is T1. Okay? 1 minute. Masasolve na natin si S1. So, S1 is equal to VO. Ano yung VO mo? 75. 72 kilometers per hour. Ano sabi ko dyan? Yung tip ko, 72. Divide mo ng 3.6 para maging meter per second. Multiply to the time that is given, 1 minute. 60 seconds yun. Yan. Plus, acceleration, 0.75 meter per second squared. Squared po ba yung value? Hindi. Yung time ang ini-square dyan. 60 seconds square mo. We calculate the value ng S1. What will be S1? Okay? What will be S1? Dire-diretsong calculation. Okay? So, una, 72 divide by 3.6. Multiply natin ng 60. Ayan. May nakalimutan ba ako? Yes, may nakalimutan ako. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Yan. Plus 0.75 times 60 squared divide by 2. In meters ang lalabas dito. So that is 2,550 meters. S1 pa lang yan. Then how about, after 1 minute, nag-decelerate siya. Okay? From this point, X, to point B. Lagay na natin point B. Okay? Ano daw yung distance niya mula dito? So, yung distance na hinahanap niya after 2 minutes will be S1 plus S2. Yung total distance. Ang problema natin dito, hinahanap natin to. Yung VO dito will be the final velocity after yung full acceleration after 1 minute. Okay? Hanapin natin si VF at 1. VF1 is equal to VO plus AT. Yeah, mahanap natin yan. So, VO is 72. Divide mo ng 3.6 para maging meter per second. Plus, acceleration mo dyan, 0.75 meter per second. I-multiply mo ng time na 60 seconds. What will be the what will be the velocity nung unang part? So, that is 72 divided by 60. 60 tuloy. 3.6 plus 0.75. Ba't ako nag... Yan. 0.75 times 60. What will be the final velocity after 1 minute? The final velocity there is 65 meter in every second. Okay. So, alam na natin, from this point, diba, this is equal to VO2. Yung initial velocity after, okay, or before mag-decelerate siya. So, ano na ang alamin natin dyan? Yung S2. So, S2 will be equal to VO dun sa 2 multiplied to the time dun sa 2 minus, kasi deceleration na yan, A T squared over to 2 ito. 2. Okay. So, S2, yung VO dito is 65 meter in every second. Multiplied to the time, 1 minute ulit, 60 seconds. Bakit sir 1 minute? Kasi in 2 minutes, will be in 2 minutes. So, 1 minute for acceleration, 1 minute for deceleration. 2 minutes nga. Minus, nakalagay dyan, 1 meter in every second squared multiplied to 60 seconds squared divide by 2. So, S2 is equal to S2 is equal to 65 times 60 minus 60 square divided by 2. The answer there is 2,100 meters. 2,100 meters. Okay. Meron tayo S2. Inanap natin is the total distance. So, S1 plus S2. Yung S1 natin is 2,550 meters plus 2,100 meters. Ang problema, gagawin natin itong kilometer. So, multiply natin ng 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters. So, cancel natin yung same unit plus 2,550, okay, divided by 1,000. The answer is 4.65 kilometers. 4.65 km. Basic yan. Next problem. So, after 2 problems, mag-break muna ako ng 5 minutes. Next problem. An automobile moving at a constant velocity of 15 meter per second passes a gasoline station. Okay. 2 seconds after, another automobile leaves the gasoline station and accelerates at a constant rate of 2 meters per second squared. Acceleration ang binigay. How soon will the second automobile overtake this first? So ito, may head-on na, may head start na siya before mag-start umandar yung second vehicle. So, gaano daw katagal bago siya ma-overtake nung isa? Kumari, umalis na yung isa, after ilang minuto, may umalis pa ulit isa. Okay? Yun yung thought niya. So, when you encounter this problem, this is the way you will have to solve this one. So, ilista mo muna yung mga kailangan mong formula dyan. So, the general formula for distance is ito. The distance is always the product of the displacement and time. Okay? And kung hahanapin mo naman yung displacement, all you have to do is to get the ratio between the distance and then the time of the travel. Okay. So, given dito, okay, S1, hindi natin alam kung how far yung travel nito bago siya mag-overtake. Okay? So, that is equal to V1, T1. Okay. Yung S1, may binigay ditong velocity. 15 meter per second. Yung time, hindi natin alam. Pero ang ibig sabihin dito, 2 seconds later. So ito, ibig sabihin, after 2 seconds, nung time nito, may umalis pa na, may umalis pa na sasakyan. So T1 is simply yung time na umalis ito plus 2 seconds. Yan. So this will become T2 plus 2 seconds. Okay, ito yung iyong equation number 1. Okay? T2. So, i-simplify ko pa. That is 15 T2 plus 30 S1. Okay, meron tayo dito na form na equation. So, S2, paano natin malalaman? Yung S2, VO nito multiplied to time 2. Okay, dito pala. Plus A, acceleration niya nun 2. Tapos, time 2 squared divide by 2. Ang problema dito, you started at rest. Okay? 0. So, S2 is equal to A2 T2 squared divide by 2. Meron ba akong acceleration? Check. Meron ba akong time? T2. Okay na yun. T2 squared. Okay? So, S2, alam ba natin yung kanyang distance? Well, hindi. Pero, at some point, ma-overtake siya. Ibig sabihin, at some point na overtake siya, then we can say yung matatravel ni S1 at some point is equal to S2. Okay, ganun yun. S1 is equal to S2. Yung overtaking distance. Yan, we note that yung overtaking distance is always equal. Okay? So, A2. Ano yung A2 dyan? A2 is 2 meter per second squared. Multiplied to the time to T2 squared divided by 2. So, this is 1. Okay? So, S2 is equal to T2 squared. Okay, yun na yun. But S2 is equal to S1. Oh, equal ito sa, binigay dito, 15 T2 plus 30. Okay, what we have formed here, reform natin, T2 squared minus 15 T2 minus 30 equal to 0. This is now a quadratic equation. O, ang gamitin mo, quadratic formula. Pero ako, since tamad ako, ang gagamitin ko is the calculator. So, that is mode 5, equation ng quadratic 3. Ilagay mo yung kanilang coefficient. This is 1, negative 15. Be careful with the sign of the coefficients. Minus 30. Okay? Ang lalabas na sagot is 16.78. Hindi pa yan. Positive, negative kasi yan eh. So, this is very absurd. Wala ka namang distance na negative there. Okay? Ay, wala ka namang time na negative. Ibig sabihin, you go back to time. Okay? How soon? Kung gaano katagal. Walang negative na oras. Okay? Ayan. So, the value will be after how many minutes? After 16.79 seconds, it will be overtaken. Okay? Yan na yun. That is, how soon will the automobile overtake the first? How soon will the second? Ang pinag-uusapan, second. Okay, that is 16.79 seconds. Next one. If a particle position is given by the expression xt, x with the function of time is equal to 3.4 t3 minus 5.4 t meters, what is the acceleration of the particle after 5 seconds? Okay? Ano ba yan? Diba, yung velocity or the displacement na tawag yan? Hindi. The velocity or the speed, that is dx over dt. Okay? First degree yan. Yung second, ano ba? Yung acceleration kasi is equal to, acceleration is equal to dv over dt. Okay? Pag kinuha mo yung derivative of the velocity with respect to time, makukuha mo acceleration. Pero nung kinukuha natin dito, okay? Kinukuha natin dito is the acceleration of the particle. Anong gagawin natin dito? Dito, i-differentiate natin. Okay, differentiate natin. Okay. Ito, 3 times 3.4. Ilan? Okay, gamitin natin calculator. Hindi tayo matalino eh. 3 times 3.4. Okay, balik pala na muna natin to. Mode 1. Yan. 3 times 3.4. Okay. Times 2. Bakit? Ito lang yun, no? Una lang yun, no? Tignan, inuuna ko lang to, ha? Ito muna yan. 3.4 times 3 times t squared minus 5.4. Ayan na yun. Baba ko ulit dito, in 2. O, 2 times 3 times 3.4 Tapos ito 0 na. Okay? T equal to 2 times 3, 6 times 3.4 times 5 seconds. 6 times 3.4 times 5. Bakit? The time is 5 seconds. You have, ano yung iyong acceleration of the particle after 5 seconds? That is 102 point. 102 lang. Ayun, 102. 102 meter in every second square. Yan lang po kadali yun. Next one. Determine the velocity of the progress. Okay, ganun din yan. Yung pangalawa. Velocity of progress. Napakadali lang na ito. So, kapag dinifferentiate, shortcut na natin, velocity is equal to d over dt equal to 20t. So, 20t per seconds. Okay? 20. Wala naman na. Differentiate ko na. Plus. Okay? Ito, u with bdu. So, magiging negative 5 over. Kasi ito yung nasa baba, oh. Nasa baba. Magiging, diba, t plus 1 raised to negative 1. Ngayon, ibaba mo dito yung negative. Magiging negative yun dito. Okay? Magiging negative na yan. Tapos, ibaba mo, magiging minus 1. Hindi magiging 2. Yun sa taas. Negative 2. O, di ba, baba mo pa rin dito. T plus 1 squared. Pasok mo na yung value nung t is equal to 4 seconds. So, 20 minus 5 over 4 plus 1 squared equal to 20 minus 5 over 25. Calculate na natin. That is 20 minus 5 divided by 25. The answer is 99 over 5 or 19.8 meter per second. Yan. Very basic lang yung mga sinasagutan natin. Okay. This is free fall na, okay? A ball is dropped from a building 100 meters high. If the mass of the ball is 10 grams, after what time will the ball strike the earth? Okay. Hindi mo kailangan i-consider dito yung yung mass ng ball. Pag i-consider mo yung mass ng ball, mami-measure mo na yung force of impact. Pero hindi naman tinatanong dito yung force of impact. Kaya ang tinatanong lang dito, what time? Ibig sabihin, this is a simple problem for free fall. Okay. Yung feather, okay, and the ball, without air resistance, okay, considering no air resistance, will fall the same time to the ground. Okay? Yung experiment niya on a vacuum. Okay? Ganun yung thought niya. So, yung ball, from here, if this is the ball, at the maximum height, it will hit the ground with, starting niya velocity dito is 0. And then VF niya dito is in maximum. Okay? If that is released, going down. And then the gravity here, the effect of gravity is positive. Acceleration due to gravity. What if your ball naman is thrown upwards in here? Pataas. Okay? Yung gravity mo dito is negative kasi hinahatak niya pababa yung bola. And then yung maximum height mo dito, maximum pa rin. Yung velocity mo dito will reach 0. Dito, will reach 0 tuloy. Pag hinagis mo, VF is, hindi yan 0, that is max pa rin. And then dito is VF tuloy. VO is, starting from rest, 0 pa rin. Ganun lang. So, let us answer this one. What time, okay? Hindi naman sinabing going up and down. Isa lang. One way around lang. One way lang. So, dito, pwede natin gamitin itong formula to. S is equal to VO T minus plus minus G T squared over 2. Bakit naging G? Kasi yung acceleration mo is, with the effect of gravity. G. Okay? G. So, S, what time? So, binigay na sa yung height of building, what is 100 meters. Yung VO mo dito, since that is released downward, that is initial, 0 yan. 0. Positive or negative? Positive yan kasi pababa. That is drop. Okay, drop. Pababa. So, positive. G, 9.81 meter in every second. Squared. Okay? In every second, squared. Multiplied to time, hindi natin alam. Divided by 2. So, cross-multiply natin. That is 200 meters divided by 9.81 meter in every second squared. Ang makuha natin dito, time squared. So, T squared. Square root natin both sides. Therefore, time will be equal to ilang seconds? So, square root ng 200 divided by 9.81. Iba 9.8066 ha. That is 4.52 seconds. That is the time of impact to the ground ha. Yan. 4.52. Very basic. Next one. Yun. Another one. Using a powerful air gun, a steel ball is shot vertically upward with a velocity of 80 meters per second. So, binigyan ka na ng velocity dyan. Followed by another shot after 5 seconds. So, parang yung katulad kanina. The point of meet up naman to. Okay? Find the initial velocity of the second ball in order to meet the first ball 150 meters from the ground. So, binigyan ka dyan ng meeting point na 150 meters. Ayun. Yan yung meeting point mo. 150 meters above the ground. They will meet each other. So, nauna nang lumilipad yung isa and then after 5 seconds, nagpakawala ka pa ng isa. So, what will you do? In order for you to have first the total height na trinavel nung bola bago siya bumalik pababa. Yung unang bola. For the first ball, you have to get yung first height. Okay? So, VF1 squared equal to VO1 squared, positive or negative, plus minus 2GH1. Ang hinahanap mo dito is H1. Ito. Okay? Hanapin natin to. So, H1, in here, yung velocity mo at the maximum height will become 0. Okay? Thrown upward will become 0. So, H is equal to VF1 squared minus VO1 squared divided by 2G. Kaya lang negative to. Okay? So, VF, 0 na agad yan. Minus VOI, ano yan? 80 meters per second. 80 meter in every second. Square natin yung value, divide natin ng 2 times 9.81 meter per second squared. Ang problema, negative to. Kasi going up. So, H1, malalaman na natin, si H1 is equal to H1. So, that is 80 ko na lang. 80 squared divide by 2. The answer will be 326.31. 326 point. Kasi ito, ginamit ko nung una, 9.8066. 326.20 na lang. meters above the ground. That is the maximum height. Ang problema mo dito, after 5 seconds daw, nagpakawala yan ng isa pang bola. So, what would you consider? Okay, what would you consider? Ganito yan. Yung final velocity nung isa, okay, 0. Okay? Tapos, meron ka pa ditong, hanapin mo yung time. Okay? Time ni 1. Pwede mo mahanap dito sa T1 eh. Okay? T1, VF is equal to VO minus G. T1. Mahanap ko na si T1. Okay. Si VO is 80 meters in every second. Negative, ilipat mo sa kabila kasi ito 0 to eh. Equal to negative 9.80. 9.81 na lang. In unity tayo. Meter in every second. Squared. Tapos T1. In order for it to find T1 is equal to 80 divided by 9.81. Ang lalabas na dito, meter per second, cancel to. Meter per second squared, matitira isa. So, seconds. T1 is 80 divided by 9.81. Ayan. The answer is 8.15. 8.155 seconds. Okay, meron na akong T1. Meron na rin akong H1. What will you do? Diba, you can see dito. Yung T1 or yung H1 is equal to H1 is equal to mali ako na. Yan, H1 equal to total kasi yan nung height na ita-travel nito. Ito, after 5 seconds, pinalipad mo pero until such time, aangat at aangat pa yan. Okay, so H2 plus H3. Yan. Saan natin makukuha yung initial velocity? Dun sa H3. Okay, after 5 seconds. Yun ang problema natin. Meron na ba tayo ditong mga value ng H2 and H3? Wala pa. So, very basic yan. Pwede natin makuha. Si H2, malalaman naman natin si H2, marireach pa rin naman niya yung final velocity dito. Yung final velocity dito kay H2, okay, yung V2, that is equal to 0. From here, sa point ng maximum height niya. Pag na-reach na yung attainable height niya. So, VO is 0. Pwede natin ganitong gawin. H2 is equal to VO squared VO sub 2 times T2, okay, plus GT2 squared divide by 2. Sir, pwede kong gawin kasi dito na ito, pag na-reach na yung maximum height, pwede pa yung bumaba. Okay? Pwede yan. Pwede yan ganyan. Makuha natin yan. So, pwede natin tong gawin. Okay? H2. But equal din naman siya sa H1 minus H3. May value na ako ng H1, wala akong value ng H3. Yun ang problema ko. And yung VO mo dito, sa 2, pwede yan magsimula at rest. 0. Pwedeng free fall yan. Okay? Sir, saan ko ba kinuha yung H2? Itong part na to, ayan o. Okay? Yung malalaglag siya. Ang initial velocity mo dito, 0. Ito, kahit ma-reach na rin naman to, itong bola na to, ay pwede pa niyang umakyat yan. Pero yung perspective nito, kunin natin yung pabalik na motion nitong bolang na unang inirelease. So, meron tayong time dyan. After that time, sila magmi-meet. So, T2 magmi-meet sila by the second ball nung nirelease. Yan. So, pwede natin gamitin. 0 yon, free fall na yan. Plus, bakit? Kinonsider mo yung pababa. Pwede mo rin naman i-consider yung nandito, yung sinasabi ko kanina. Itong bola na to. Ay, yung packet niya. Kaya pwede yan pataas. Pero hindi natin nga alam kasi kung hanggang saan pa yung aabutin niya dahil magkaiba nga sila ng initial velocity kesa dun sa naunang bola. Next one. Masolve na natin yung value ni H3. Okay. Meron tayong G. Meron ba tayong T2? Actually, Wala ata tayong T2. Meron ba T2? Wala tayong T2. Pero meron tayong, ayun, T1. Ay, H3, na-solve ko na si H1. H1, 150. Ayun, they will meet each other at 150 meters. Ayun, nakita ko na. So, ifo-fall niya dito is from here up to here, 150 minus, okay? Ima-minus natin yung 150 sa 326 na total height. Okay. Ayan, solve na. 9.81 meter per second squared tapos time squared. T2 yan ha, T2. Divide by 2 equal to H1, 326.2 meters. Minus H3 na 150 meters. Yan, solve na yan. So, T2 is equal to square root, excuse me, twice ng 326.2 minus 150. Divide by 9.81. So, T2 pa lang yan ha. T2 is equal to, solve natin, 2 times 326. 26.2 minus 150 is 9.81. Oh, bakit syntax error? Ayun, wala akong parenthesis. Yun. So, that is 5.99. 5.994 seconds. Dito yan. Wala pa yung T3. Okay. Solve muna natin yung T3. Okay, going here. T3 is equal to T1 plus T2. And then, after 5 seconds, okay? After 5 seconds, so minus natin yung 5 seconds dyan sa buo. Meron na tayong T1. Pwede natin masolve yung T1 or given na. Given na ba yung T1? T1. Ayun, 8.155. 8.155 plus yung T2 after falling. Kasi ano yan eh. So, nirelease ko na si T1. It reached the maximum height at 8.155 seconds. And then, after some time, bumaba pa yan. Okay? Nag-google pa ng oras yan, which is T2. So, our T2 there is 5.994 seconds bago niya na-meet up yung bola na inirelease after 5 seconds. So, minusan mo pa ng 5 seconds yan. So, the answer is T3. 9.149 seconds. Ayan. Makuha na natin si velocity. Saan natin kukunin? Siyempre, kunin ko dito sa maximum height ng H3. So, H3 is equal to VO3 T3 minus, kasi pataas siya, 9.81. Huwag muna 9.81. Yung G na lang. G T3 squared divided by 2. Mahanap ko na. Okay? Yung VO3. So, H3 muna. VO3 equal to, reform ko na lahat H3 minus plus na to. GT cube. GT squared divide by 2. Tapos, divide ko ng T3. Basic yan. So, VO3. Solve natin. H3. H3 is, ano ba yan? 150. 150. Okay. Plus 9.181 times 9.149 squared divide by 2. Tapos, divide ko rin to ng time na 9.149. The answer is, ano yung answer dyan? 61.27. 61.27 meter in every second. That is the velocity of the ball that is released after 5 seconds pa. Okay? Kaya kailangan mo lang dyan, intindihin mo yung word problem. So, next one. Yun, a projectile. Projectile na tayo. Meron yung mga formula dyan for projectile. Ito yung summary nun, formula mo. So, ano ang ginagamit ni Sir dito madalas? Halos lahat. Okay, halos lahat. Depende sa problem. Okay? Para rin lang naman kasi yung ano eh. Para rin lang naman yung free fall motion na kung saan kapag na-reach niya yung kanyang maximum height, velocity will become 0. Kapag na-reach naman niya yung kanyang maximum range, the velocity will be also at the impact, merong iba yan na velocity. Tapos yung maximum range niya, iba yan. If it is released at a certain angle, i-consider mo yung kanyang components, the components of X and Y. Okay, dito yan. The range is the maximum distance that it traveled horizontally. H naman na malaki is the maximum height that your projectile has attained. Okay. Time na malaki is the total time it traveled. Sir, yung total time traveled niya from rise and fall, times 2 lang yun. Okay? Times 2 lang yun. So, let us go with the question. A projectile is fired with a muzzle velocity of, muzzle velocity is the exit velocity. Ibig sabihin, the initial velocity niya. From the gun that is aimed upward at an angle of 20 degrees with the horizontal. So, 20 degrees at the horizontal. From the top of a building, 30 meters high, meron ka pa ditong building. Above a level ground. What is the velocity? Will it hit the ground in meter per second? Okay. Yung velocity niya dito will be 0 and then falling down, magigain pa siya ng velocity. Very basic na yan, okay? Okay, gawin natin ganito. So, meron tayo dito mga components of Y, meron tayong components of X. Kunin lang muna natin yung components of Y. Now, pagdating dito, anong component ng Y mo? Di ba wala ka ng velocity dito? So, 0. So, at here, pwede mong gamitin to V, ito, I squared equal to VO Y squared minus G. Okay? 2GH. Bakit naging negative 2? Kasi paakyat siya. Negative G. Okay? Paakyat siya. So, dito, 0. Ito na lang tira. So, H equal to VOY squared divided by 2G. Ano ba yung VOY? VOY is simply VO sine theta. And then, squared mo to. Divide by 2G. Meron ka ng formula for maximum height that it reached. Yan. Now, for the maximum range naman, yung haba ng trinavel niya, R is equal to, going back here sa projectile, yun no, U squared sine 2 theta. Ano ba yung U squared sine 2 theta? U cosine theta? U squared sine theta. Yung U is the velocity. Okay? Component ng velocity. That is VOX. Okay? Sine 2 theta divided by G. Okay? Ano yan? Solve na natin to. Yung H. The maximum height that it reached. VO, ang binigay mo sa'yo dyan is 300 meter per second. 300 sine 20 squared divided by 2 times 9.81. Ang lalabas dito is in meters. 300 sine 20 squared divided by 2 times 9.81. 536 equal to 536.6 meters. Pwede na to. Okay. When it reached a top of something, okay, i-consider mo rin to as the y distance. Okay? Yung y distance mo, pwede yan maging positive or negative. Depende if it is reached at top of the building or if it is released on the bottom of the building and then it will reach the top of the building. Okay? Mamaya, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano. Meron tayong mga components dito ng mga velocities nila. Okay? Ito meron tong V2 and then meron tong mga components. Ayan. Namatay yung aking calculator. Ayan. Ano yung mga components na yun? Si V2X at si V2Y. Pagdating dito, meron din yung mga measures. Ito pa, babae. So, ito. Yan. So, si V2Y squared equal to V1 from here. Ito, V1, no? V1 dito. Saan ba nag-reach yan? Ito, si V1. Okay. Saan ka nagsimula dito para pumaba ka? Dito sa V1 mo. Yan, V1 squared plus, kasi pababa na siya eh. Okay? 2G H. Ngayon, ang problema mo dito, meron ka ng H dyan. Nakuha natin. Check. Kaya lang, hindi natin alam yung trinavel pa niya dito. Okay? VH. H plus, ano yung trinavel niya? Linearly. Vertically, ano pa? This is H plus 30. Yung Y. H plus Y. Okay. Yung V2Y equal to V1. Ito, 0 na to. Square root na lang natin to. 2 times 9.81 meter in every second squared multiplied to H. Ano ba yung H dyan? That is 536.6 plus 30 meters. But naging plus, sir? Kasi it is released at top of the building or at top of the platform and then it hit below the ground. So, Vy, that is okay, square root ng 2 times 9.81. May kulang. Times 536.6 plus 30. The answer will be 105. Yan, 105. Ito yung component ng y, V2y. So, 105.4175. 4357 pala. 57 meter in every second. Di pa tapos yan. Y component pa lang yan. Paano naman po yung component ng X? Tignan nyo sa component ng X. Ito lang naman yun, yung component ng X. Oh. Okay? The component of X, V2X, is equal to, yan na yung range, maximum range na inabot niya. That is equal to, what? Anong formula yon? O di BO or BI, BO cosine theta. It is released at an angle. Okay? BO is 300 cosine. Ilan yun? 20 degrees kung di ako nagkakamali. So, 300 cosine 20. 20. So, the answer is 281.91 meter in every second. Now, in order for you to get the resultant, di ba R is equal to, or R squared is equal to VY squared plus Vx squared, yung components ng x and y. So, in order for it to get the resultant or the final velocity, v, yun, no? Iisa lang yan. Vy, ano yung nakuha mo dyan? 105.4357 squared plus 281.91 squared. Oh, the resultant or the velocity there is, very basic lang to. Square root ng 105.4357 square plus 281.91 square. Ayan. So that is 300.98. 300.98 meter in every second. Basic po. Next problem. Okay. A plane dropped a bomb. So, board exam problem to. A plane dropped a bomb at an elevation of 1,000 meters from the ground, intended to hit the target at an elevation of 200 meters. So, meron ka pang elevated dito. 200 meters pa to, hindi sinama sa drawing. From the ground, if the plane was flying at a velocity of 300 kilometers per hour, what distance from the target must the bomb be dropped to hit the target? So, hindi naman pwede yan pag nasa taas ka, tapos nasa baba yung kalaban mo, laglag mo lang. So, habang may motion ka, sumusunod din dun yung drop ng inyong bomb. So, that is also a projectile. So, dito, consider natin na i-neglect yung effects of the wind and then atmospheric pressures in order for us to calculate. Now, we have to drop the bomb. Sir, katulad din nung kanina, I dropped it from a place higher than the ground na pag dadropan ko. Sir, meron po ba tayong direktang formula dyan? Yes, ito na yon. So, plus minus y is equal to x tangent theta minus g, positive negative to, positive negative, g x squared over 2VO, hindi pala, hindi na to positive negative, negative na lang to, pagkakaalala ko. Negative 2VO squared cosine squared theta. Yan yung formula na gagamitin natin. Kapag mga ganito, yung mga nire-release mula sa plane, from the top, sir, paano magiging positive negative? Now, negative po yung magiging y mo if it is released above. If it is released below, i-hit niya yung nasa taas, that is positive. Okay? Ibig sabihin, negative, pababa ka ng distance. Positive kapag hahabulin mo yung taas ng distance. Okay? Ganun yan. So, direkta na tayo. Okay. Meron ba tayong x dito? Binigay ba tong x? X tangent 0. Tangent, it is released. Okay? Level here. Wala naman binigay na, wala siyang binigay na tawag dito? Wala siyang binigay na angle. It was just released from a plane flying. Okay. It is said, tangent 0 is equal to what? 0. Oh, diba? Wala siyang binigay dyan. So, negative 800 equal to 0 minus g. Okay? G is 9.81 meter in every second squared multiplied to x squared. Hindi natin alam si x squared eh. Yun nga yung nahanap eh. What is the range? Divided by 2VO. Ano yung VO mo dyan? Gaano ba kabilis yung plane? Plane tuloy. 300 kilometers per hour. Anong ginagawa natin pag kilometers per hour? That is 300 divided by 3.6 para maging meter in every second. Okay? In every second squared. Tapos, cosine 0. If you can recall, what is cosine 0? I think that is 1. And if that is sine 0, ano yun? That is 1. 1 ba? Ayun, 0 rin. Tangent 0, 0. Sine 0, that is 0. Ang cosine lang magiging 1. Try natin. Cosine 0, that is 1. Okay? 1 squared. 1 squared is 1. So, 800. Ang hinahanap natin is x. X is equal to square root of all the things na meron tayo dyan. Okay. So, 800. Positive na yan. Negative, negative eh. Cancel mo na to. 800 multiplied to 2 times 300 over 3.6 squared as divide natin na 9.81. What will be the range in meters? Okay, x is equal to, yeah. So that is equal to square root ng 800. 800 times 2 times 300 divided by 3.6 squared divided by 9.81. The answer will be in meters 1064.25 meters. Okay, basic po. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think that will be enough yung 10 problems na yun for our discussion. So the next part will come out siguro 10 more problems on kung walang pasok bukas on Saturday. Okay? And I think that will suffice for this meeting. That will be all. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.